Hello, my name is Jessica. I sailed on the Disney Magic in February 2020 on one of the last sailings before the pandemic madness began and cruising was canceled indefinitely. It always makes me feel better to be planning a vacation, and Disney cruises are very overwhelming for first-timers, so I thought I'd share my experiences and tips to help others for when cruising becomes a thing again. This was my second Disney cruise. The first was on the Wonder in 2014 before I had kids, and this time I brought my 3-year-old twins. It was a very different experience. My first tip for planning is to find and join your cruise group on Facebook. As soon as you're able to book, an experienced cruiser will usually make a group and title it with the ship name and date of sailing. There are many benefits to Facebook groups, including sharing tips, getting to know your fellow cruisers, and to help build excitement. Another major reason to join is the fish extender gift exchange, although I'm not sure how this is going to work post-pandemic. These are the gifts my family got on the very first night. You can sign up for different kinds of gift exchanges. The cruisers get together and decide what kind of exchanges they're interested in starting. You might sign up for a kids only, adults only, or a family exchange. Sometimes they also have ornament, magnet, or candy exchanges. You hang your fish extender by your door when you get there and deliver gifts to those in your group. We got our fish extender from Etsy. Honestly, it's a lot of extra work and a lot of stress, and I probably wouldn't have done it, or at least wouldn't have joined so many groups if my mom didn't help. But it really was a lot of fun for the kids. There are many things you can sign up for before sailing. The most important ones seem to include special ticket events such as meet and greets with Anna and Elsa, the other princesses, or in our case, since we were on a Marvel cruise, New York heroes and Groot. You can also sign up for alcohol tastings and special meals at Palo or Remy if you're on one of the newer ships. Don't stress out if you don't get what you want. You can always try to get last-minute reservations when you board, and even if you don't get tickets to what you want, there is so much to do that you won't even notice what you're missing. We got to the port of Miami via rental car, so my husband dropped me and the kids off at the port and left to return the rental car. This was stressful as I had to give all of our tagged bags to the porters and then go through security with 2 toddlers, a double stroller, and our carry-ons. And we had to wait for him to return so we could check in together. We weren't even really able to go to the bathroom, and it started our vacation out on a really stressful note. I recommend taking an airport or hotel shuttle if possible to avoid this. Also, don't forget to tip the porters. Most people say $1 a bag. Make sure that your carry-on has everything you might need, including your boarding pass, passports, IDs, medications, and maybe a bathing suit since you aren't guaranteed to see your bags again until 5:30. The Port of Miami is very chaotic, but it's really exciting to finally see the ship. Another thing to do before you leave for vacation is to download the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. It's much easier to do this at home. As soon as you get on board, you can try to get any tickets you didn't get, make reservations at Palo or Remy, make spa appointments, try to change your assigned dining if you don't like what you got, eat lunch at the available sit-down restaurant or Cabana's buffet, explore the ship, and maybe go swimming if you have your suit with you. Remember that you can't get into your room until 1:30 and your luggage might not get there until 5:30. Everyone gets a Key to the World card at check-in. This card has a lot of important information, including sail date, ship name, your name, A for adult or M for minor status, your Castaway Club status and number if you have sailed on DCL before, your muster station, your dining time, table number, and restaurant location. 5:45 is early dining, 8:15 is late dining. On the Magic, R is for Rapunzel's table, L is for Lumiere's, and A is for Animator's palette. The main reason we were so excited to sail on Disney with kids was the Kids Club. Unfortunately, this was the most disappointing part of our cruise. Our 3-year-olds have outgrown the nursery, which also costs an extra $9 per kid per half hour. But the Oceaneer Club is for ages 3 to 12, which is way too big of an age span. My twins wouldn't go back in after the first night because they said the big kids were picking them up and scaring them. I was really disappointed by this. We only use the Oceaneer Club at open house times when we could be in there with them. We did check out the nursery during the open house, and it was very cute, but it was mostly comprised of rocking chairs, cribs, and bouncing toys. They did enjoy meeting Doc McStuffins while we were there, but overall it was too babyish for 3-year-olds, and also a lot of extra money. The muster drill is required at 4 p.m. prior to sailing. You report to the location that matches the big letter on the bottom left of your Key to the World card, and then just follow the instructions of the cast members. Don't bring life jackets with you. The only thing you should really need is any medication that you can't be without. If you want to use any internet data, try to remember to sign up for the 50 free megabytes. You can only do this until midnight on the first night. The data goes really quickly if you use it much, but you should have enough that you can send a couple of emails or check your Facebook. After the muster drill is over, it's time for the sail away party. If If the weather is nice, it will be on the pool deck. If it's raining, it will be in the main atrium. It's a fun and very loud Disney party with dancing, Mickey and friends, streamers, and even a little bit of fireworks. It's a great way to start your vacation. Our first dinner was at Rapunzel's royal table. Table 78 turned out to be perfect for us. We had an amazing view of the show. This was our favorite restaurant, although one of my twins was a little scared of some of the characters. We had an early dinner, which is preferable with little ones, but don't be too afraid of late dining if that's all you can get. If you do late dining, they'll bring your kids' food out with the appetizers and then take them to the kids' club after they're done eating. This is the menu for the first night at Rapunzel's. You can order as much as you want. For example, if you want 3 appetizers or 2 main dishes or 3 desserts, you can do that. My mom said that she would share her crisp Isle of Corona appetizer with me, but then it came with just a single shrimp. So just order what you want. Kids can order from the adult menu if they want. Kids' menus are pretty standard, with mac and cheese, pizza, and chicken fingers being typical. Adults can order from the kids' menu too, which is important because they have those famous Mickey premium bars for dessert. I had the ahi tuna tower for an appetizer and the tangled pasta for my entree. Both were great. I tried to eat as much seafood as I could because I don't eat too much of it at home. I also tried to try a few things that I wasn't sure that I'd like because it's all unlimited and I didn't mind too much if I didn't end up liking something. My sister got this Snuggly Duckling charcuterie board, which was exceptionally large for an appetizer. She said it was really good. I was going to try a little bit, but I already had too much food for myself and I just couldn't. Rapunzel, Flynn Rider, and the Pub Thugs put on a great show on the first night. Rapunzel and Flynn make it around to all the tables. The Pub Thugs scared my kids a little bit, but Rapunzel and Flynn were a huge hit with them. I ordered my twins the birthday cupcake sundae from the adult dessert menu. They liked the way it looked, but neither one of them ate it. I tried a little of the cupcake and it was pretty dry. Overall, the desserts weren't as consistently good as the rest of the food was on the cruise. For dessert, I got Rapunzel's fry pan sweetbread. I partially picked that because I liked that it was served in a frying pan. It was good, but not really exceptional. It was basically a donut with chocolate sauce and ice cream. I can't really imagine missing out on your assigned dinner each night, but there are other options. There are really fancy restaurants, Palo on the Magic and Wonder, and then there's Palo and Remy on the Fantasy and Dream, and they have an upcharge and don't allow kids. You could also eat at Cabanas, which is a buffet for breakfast and lunch, but it's sit down for dinner. Room service and poolside restaurants are also available. Most room service items are free, except for the prepackaged ones like M&Ms, but a gratuity is always appreciated. The nightly shows are really amazing. If you eat early, then you go to the late show, and if you eat late, you go to the early show. My kids had no trouble staying awake to watch the late night shows. We only went to the Broadway-style musicals, which included Twice Charmed, Tangled, and Dreams on our Magic cruise. They all exceeded our expectations, and I was so impressed that my 3-year-old sat there and watched them. That sums up Day 1 on our Marvel Day at Sea cruise. Check back for Day 2, and for more Disney Cruise Line tips and tricks.